Greetings, Taurus. This is Damien with HK Readings Healing Culture Tarot, and I am here to do your Mercury in retrograde reading. This will be for Taurian, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and or Jupiter, so stay tuned to see if any of the messages apply to you. If they do, feel free to leave your comments below, like the video, and also subscribe to the channel. Stay tuned for future messages. Let's go ahead and get into this, Taurus. So what we have here on the board crowning is we've got number 38, which is Brandenburg Amethyst, clarified by number 22, Rainbow Mionite. Go ahead and show you the Rainbow Mionite there. And we've also got the Instinct card, okay? This is from the Chakra Wisdom. These are from the Crystal Oracle. Just to talk a little bit about what we have with all three of these cards combined here, well, for one, there's definitely a note to pay attention to your immune system, okay? With Brandenburg Amethyst. You know, we're watching our immune system, we're watching our metabolism, as well as our nervous system. So those are some areas of the body that some of you may have had attention drawn to. So just know that if that's the case, then you can, change your diet up if you need to, see a physician, anything you need to do to kind of take care of those things, if that is happening for you. We're also talking about letting go of mental constructs and relationships that do not serve. So this is particularly talking about a breakup. I feel as though many of you Tauruses have finalized a breakup, really brought something into completion here. And along with finalizing a breakup, you're able to think about things differently. I feel as though you've realized that things were never going to be how you wanted them to be, okay? You realize you were dealing with a person who was more emotionally immature than you are, not necessarily younger, but emotionally immature, perhaps younger. And it's all talking about you actually being on a different level than the people that you've been dating. Part of the karma you've been having to get rid of is like being drawn and attracted to these people who have so much work to do when you get everything taken from you as the fixer, okay, and get nothing in return, constantly depleting your sentient resources there. And I saw an article just today that I had to share on Facebook, actually, and it was I think the title was "Stop Loving People Who Aren't Ready to Love You." And this is what we're picking up on. One of the little notes that we have here with instincts, intuition. And it's not that these people aren't ready to love you. They aren't ready to love you the right way. They don't have enough to offer. They don't have enough to give, okay? So it's never going to be fair. They're never going to be ready for the commitment that you deserve because of where you are on your spiritual ascending level. You know what I mean? So you're rising to the top of your game. You're starting to get a lot of recognition. A lot of doors are opening for you since you've cut off this energy and allowed yourself to be free and happy and really give yourself clarity, freeing your mind, having the courage to go back out and make connections with people, to be, a little social, but also appreciating the grounding and humbling nature of being at home and alone and in your skin, with the music you listen to and the regimen you have for taking care of your body, so on and so forth. You're very much getting to where you appreciate both aspects. You're able to put yourself back out there and you're able to be by yourself, like alone and totally fulfilled, because you're realizing that a lot of the energy you've been inviting to your life hadn't been shit. A lot of people with pipe dreams and false promises, but you're over that, okay? And it's funny because you see through this shit, but you still give people the chance because you may see their potential. But more times than not, you have to remember your worth and that certain things won't be that hard. Certain things you won't have to do. When somebody is ready to give you the love on the same level you're giving it, or the commitment that you're, giving it. So that's that. Just as you move forward, also make sure that you're being tactful with how you deal with things. We are in a retrograde, so it's funny that these cards denote that, because You know, as people come back or as things happen, your character and your tact may be questioned or challenged, and it's important to respond in a very serene and peaceful way that is indicative and that reflects, you know, your journey thus far, where you are and where you've come from, Taurus. Because, you know, again, there's going to be those tests as you move forward, so just be careful for that. I'm going to go ahead and pull a chakra wisdom for you. So let's see what we got. I mean, goddess guidance, but let's see what we got here, okay? Do some goddess guidance for Matorians. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and or Jupiter. Divine passion. Pele. Be honest with yourself. What is your heart's true desire? So this is the path that you're on. Through spiritual clearing and healing and really assessing everything that you've gone through and who it's made you as a person, you're shifting gears to not putting energy and time into a person who at best could give you, you know, mediocre, lackluster sex. Because one thing about a Taurus is we have to be into you for that sex to be magical. You could be as sexy as you want to be. Taurus sun here, by the way, in Vedic astrology, Taurus sun, Taurus moon, birthday May 15th. And I know this for a fact about my bulls, is that by the time we're not feeling you, you could be the sexiest person in the world. You could have all of those little things we like. You know, if you're a man, you could have that right shadow, that right happy trail muscles where they need to be. If you're a woman, you could have a fucking cute waist, thick where you need to be. But if we're not feeling you like that, like if you don't have our heart or that connection like that, you are at best a nut, you know? And I think that that's all this person was even able to offer you. Because I remember the last video I did for y'all when it was talking about somebody coming back with these petty offers and the things that they want to do to you. Like, I felt that strongly. I felt that energy strongly in y'all's last reading about how passionate they were about you, but their passion doesn't translate to the passion you're displaying, like the level that you're on. You know what I'm saying? Like I said before, 2 different levels here. So it can never work. Because they think they could get you to come back in the door when they're not trying very hard. They're not saying what's on their mind really, but they feel like they can, you know, that's the way that they can come back and get you in is through some passionate love, but, you know, love making. But that's not going to work if one of the people has already shifted from the connection. And it ain't going to work for both because the other person is going to feel that there's no deliverance. You know what I mean? So there's that. But you are finally begging the question of what's truly going to make you happy. Which direction do you want to go in? So this is showing me you've got avenues open, Taurus. You've got so many avenues open to do what the fuck you want to do. And it is going to happen, okay? And I know I get the energy that many of y'all are planning accordingly. Okay? You're planning accordingly, doing the things you have to do. Planning accordingly, doing things you have to do. You have your mind on track. You've got the people that you need in your corner. You've got things rolling in motion that people don't even know about and that you will not speak about. You're on the hush-hush because you're just making things happen. 9 of Swords, I bet they are. I bet they are missing you. I bet they are restless. I bet they don't know what to do because you're out of their life. You're coming up as the King of Pentacles, Earth energy, Taurus, Capricorn, Virgo, okay? So you're showing up in your element. They're showing up in the 9 of Swords. This is from Tarot of the Morris here. And you're aware of everything that's going on with them as you move on. As you look in this direction, to move away from the castle as well, you know what you're leaving. You know everything that's going on. And I don't think it's hurting you anymore. You have regained your crown and your pentacle as the Malik of Disc here. Whereas before, part of the reasons now I'm starting to see that you may have gone back to this person is because you knew that they were breaking your heart. But where was the justice when they were ripping and running through yours? Where was that fucking justice? It was nowhere to be found. So when people question the good heart of a Taurus, they better think again. Because I see from here that time and time again, you have tried to make the best of it. Tried to, put your ego aside to let them go ahead and get their hurrah. And then maybe they'll be over it. Maybe things will change. No, it allowed them to manipulate and take advantage of you and just do all these things that weren't cool. But when you would see how much they loved you, how much they needed you, how much you did for them, because they see you as like the one who supports, who brings balance, who gives great advice. You've helped them shift so much in their life, and now they're like, damn, like their life is in a whirlwind because that's where their mind is, and that's what it's attracting. There's nobody that can console them. There's nobody that they'll really even listen to. But all they can do is think about you. And with these 9 swords here, I'm thinking, I'm feeling like it's symbolic of all the times y'all went through the motions and now it's done. Okay? And they would be hoping for a situation where they could have one more go with you. But you understand that you are not going to, you understand that that's not going to change. So why would you put yourself in a 10 of swords situation with them again? So I am glad to see that this is very much a part of your past, Taurus, and that you're moving on. But you have a lot of options in love, and you have a lot of different avenues that you can go with within your career. I feel like there's something you're set on. There's the wheels are working in motion for a particular plan. Okay, again, unknown. And I'm not even going to begin to pull the tea on that because we're going to keep it unknown, Taurus. Okay? But these big moves that you're about to make are what's going to open up all of these other opportunities for your branding endeavors, for you building your wealth, for you, accumulating the money and the resources. And I feel like there's a lot of independence. I feel like you're not closed off to love, but you're not necessarily seeking it. Okay, we got the Strength card flip out. The 3 of Coins did come out in reverse. This is from the Fountain Tarot, y'all. Yeah, I think what you're doing is you're persevering with an attitude that this is, going to be about you doing what you need to do for you. You're going to continue this journey, not incorporating any added or additional stresses in love. With 3 of Coins in reverse, again, not that you're not open to it, but where you're willing to put your cooperation and where you're willing to extend reciprocity right now comes to what you know is going to get back to you. And that's what you're working on with those close to you, what you're working on with the universe, what you're working on within you too. And plus, right now, you very much understand, with this 3 of Coins reverse, you understand that it's a retrograde. The people that are trying to get back into your life, and some of these new ones that you're reading, you see that they would be balancing something else too. Whether it's another person, not really giving you all of their emotions and feelings. Like, you understand that when you know, you know. And until then, you're not going to even entertain these situations with your intuition on high, with your instinct on high here. You're not going to entertain these situations that you can kind of already sense the bullshit. Again, like I said, you can see through it. And now you're going to apply what you can see through and not feel like you have to change any situation with nobody. Let them be where they are. Let them be where they are. But also with this 3 of Pentacles reverse, you feel as though you don't, on the other end of that, need to take on more than you can chew, because what you're working on needs most of your time and attention and your love. And that's what it's going to get. That's what it needs. That's what it's going to get. That's how you want it. Any way you want to slice the cake, any way somebody wants to try to understand what you're doing, they just need to know that it's going to be about your satisfaction and happiness. They need to know nothing else. And when you show up, when the things manifest, they manifest. And when the people see it, they see it. But they're not on a need-to-know basis right now. A lot of people are not on a need-to-know basis right now, Taurus. A lot of people want you. Six of Cups. Yeah, you got some people missing you. Not just this past person. It's got a lot of people missing. Like I said, these people are coming up from the past, or these, but like, and even, not just for the sake of Nostalgia. We got the Magician in reverse with the Six of Coins here. I'm gonna end up on this reading soon, but not even just on the sake of nostalgia. I think you know a lot of people may be a little in their feelings, maybe a little sad, maybe a little butthurt, whoop-de-woo, because they can't have you. You know, I'm feeling that it's more than just somebody who's been connected with you for, you know, connected with you for the sake of nostalgia. These are people who see features, whether it's realistic or not, with you, having a family with you, so on and so forth. Got my water in my wine glass. But yeah, they can't have you. The Magician with reverse, in reverse and Six of Coins, you are not trying to commit right now. You've got goals and dreams. Now, will you commit for the right person? Yes. But something's gonna have to show itself. And what people are used to, and what these people are kind of like as tests, these energetic tests, what people are used to is you giving in. You exploring them, you liking the attention. Or them whining and bitching and, you know, being immature, and you being like, oh, you care. Fuck that. So you got people coming in thinking that, you know, they could do something different. Are they trying to? I don't see any action. So, and I think that's where you are with like, I'm just going to stay focusing on what I'm doing and we're going to keep it moving. Tarot in Wonderland. The Fool. Yeah, so we got the Magician in reverse over here again, as far as like people not really being able to create new opportunities with you. The Magician is, you know, is about kind of not always taking something out of nothing, but there's a form of transformation, a form of creation, you know, a form of alchemy, which is in Tarot of the Moors, we have the card of alchemy as the card of the Magician, but that's the energy that it is, right? But the Fool card is something that you are voluntarily doing, Taurus. You are voluntarily taking these new constructs and all of your passions and everything that you want to do. You're voluntarily taking a leap of faith on your own shit. And not trying to create this situation with this Magician reverse on some shit where you're going to end up being the one that gives and gives and gives, and they'll end up taking, because people understand how much of a force you are. You need someone who understands how much of a force they are so they don't have to try to take your shine. And you're not going to let anybody do that anymore. So we got the Fool here for you. Bottom of the deck, Three of Wands. You know, becoming prosperous. Your ships are coming in. You're waiting for it. You see things manifesting. You see things working. You're alone there, and you're fine. You're fine. So what you say you're never going back to, what you say is you're never going to let anybody compromise. With this Ten of Pentacles in reverse here, you're never going to let anybody compromise your stability again. This Ten of Pentacles is atop the Malik of Disc, the King of Pentacles, you know. You got a new attitude, you got a new plateau, new place in life. You're not going to let anybody take this from you. And that's part of your drive and motivation, Taurus. You don't need nobody. And if somebody wants to be in your life, it's not that hard to figure out what to do. Because we know it just needs to work. When it works, when it gels, when it meshes, when it's natural, and two people are, you know, operating out of their highest frequencies, or just high frequencies, you know, higher frequencies, then everything's groovy. And it'll work. But this whole trying to make people love you, for some of you, like trying to make them see, these are the type of fools that won't see what they have until it's walking away from them out the door and up the mountain. Instinct. Up the mountain. This is about progress. This is about ascendance. Moving in the dark, moving in secret. Okay? Surprising people who can't understand like what your next move will be. Very uncalculated. Not looking back. to waste 1 second for any enemies who might be behind you coming after you to have a type of advantage. Because where leaders go, people follow. And some of them are haters. Some of these are people who don't want you to do well. So they would love to bring you down, and that ain't gonna fucking happen. I'm looking at this reading. It's not gonna happen. So that's what I've got for y'all for this retrograde reading. Pretty fabulous, and I hope y'all enjoy. Love you, Taurus.